So lately, I've been getting a lot of death threats and a lot of messages, and they've been incredibly insulting and demeaning. And I'd be lying if I said that they weren't getting to me and they were hurting my feelings. I'm just kidding. I don't know how long I can keep this up for. Today, we're going to be reviewing them and seeing how stupid these people are making themselves look like. So let's get straight into it. So today's concept is pretty simple. We're just going to be going through my message requests and just seeing how stupid these people are making themselves sound. It'd be preferable if I could find some actual arguments against some of the videos that I make, but I'm going to assume most of them are just going to be stupid insults. So have fun. So let's start with this message from Black Rose Mystic. He or she, I don't even know what that thing is, said, "Lol, you look like a F word. Why are you bitching about Pride Month? You should be celebrating, girl." I don't understand how calling me a homosexual is an insult when you yourself look like a homosexual. If being a homosexual is an insult, wouldn't that be more insulting to you and not me? This person with no name, just a box as his username, said, "You're Mexican, right? You should talk about your people like the cartels." Oh gosh. Like, first of all, the cartel doesn't commit a disproportionate amount of murder like the black people do. And second of all, I'm Mexican. When did I ever say I was a Mexican? People are just coming up with arguments out the ass. So this person directly addresses my video and says, "This is just our word, okay? Let's put it like this. Imagine someone says something disrespectful to your mom, like calling her a bitch and stuff like that. You would be mad, right? So you're mad at that person. That would also make you mad at people who associate with that person. This video is just stupid, do better." No. That makes literally no sense. If one person comes up to my mom and calls her a bitch, I'm not going to assume that everyone that looks like this person is exactly like that person. When I'm talking about black people, mine isn't on one case study. It is on an entire population. Does that mean that all black people are doing this? Absolutely not. And you shouldn't go around assuming that every black person is like this. But for example, if I'm in a bad neighborhood and I can see that the neighborhood's pretty run down, and I'm at, let's say, a gas station, I'm filling my gas, and there's black people to the left and to the right of me, and they're wearing these big coats, and they have their pants sagging, and they look like they got something waist tucked, and they got these fucking dirty dreads. What are you gonna assume? Now, I'm not gonna assume that they're gonna come up to me and rob me or kill me, but I'm gonna make sure that my door is open, at least so I can get in my car and dip if I need to. And that's not based off of one case study. That is based on genuine statistics. I love the people that actually come on here to assume things about me in order to make insults, but they never work. This person says, "Are you one of those queer conservatives?" So again, trying to call me queer in order to insult me, but I thought gay was an insult. I thought it was normal. Secondly, I never claimed to be conservative. There is not a single video where I claim to be conservative. Now, don't get it twisted. I have said before that I do align myself with some right-wing values, but that does not inherently make me right-wing. Dude, I love this one. "Stop being a joke. I see you in Grindr." Why are you on Grindr? Were you looking for me? If you see me on Grindr, again, this is another one of those, haha, you're gay, but I'm gay too. So it's like, is it really an insult? I don't get it. This one's just simple and straight to the point. This man said, "Rope is cheap." You know what else is cheap? Common sense. This person, who is not named because they blocked me before they even had the chance for me to respond, said, "Sharing a hard truth for you. If you use a term like the F slur like that, you're actually not a good person and are exactly what my grandfather's generation fought against." So I'm going to assume he's addressing the video where I talked about how gay people get a month and that veterans don't, except veterans actually do get a month. But the issue isn't that they don't have a month. The issue is that they are underrepresented. Companies change their logos to the pride flag, and veterans get what? A social security check? Using a slur doesn't inherently make you an evil person. Now, if you believe that it does, sure, then, I mean, you're allowed to believe what you want to believe. You don't get to go around judging people all the time, constantly, off of one thing. Do some reflection, man, honestly. You can support our veterans without being a hateful bigot who spends his time chatting shit online instead of getting an actual job. See, now we're just going straight for the insults. What does not having a job have to do with supporting veterans. I don't get it. Reflect and do better. You're disgracing the veterans who fought for you. Better yet, sign up and actually do some service. First of all, no, I refuse to I refuse to serve Benjamin Netanyahu. And second of all, you know that the time frame in which the veterans fought for you, they didn't like the homosexuals. Most of them didn't. Samantha 27752 said, "Hey, just wanted to say I support the great replacement of whites." Why? What did they do to you? I'm gonna assume that this is one of those, they didn't colonize. They done took everything over. They killed and steal to gain the land. This is why I say that common sense is at an all-time low. It really doesn't take much to be an idiot anymore. Supporting the great replacement of an entire race is so racist. It's clear that this person is addressing my videos of me talking about black culture. Imagine if I said I support the great replacement of blacks. That would be racist as fuck. But when you say I support the great replacement of whites, totally fine. This is actually something I've been wanting to address for a while, and this guy points it out. He says, "What made you want to become an engagement bait type of creator?" So first of all, any type of content that anybody makes is engagement bait. Of course, if you make content, you want people to engage with it. You want people to watch to the end. You want them to like, you want them to share, you want them to comment, etc., etc., etc. Everything you watch is engagement bait, just not everybody is good at it. I think what he means is rage bait. The thing is, my content isn't inherently rage bait. If I really wanted to rage bait people, I would make rage bait content. I would be constantly angry. I would say black and white stuff constantly, except I don't. There is actual nuance to my arguments, but most people lack the common sense to actually comprehend a half-decent argument and jump straight to insults or terrible and just completely incorrect assumptions. So if you think that my content is rage bait, that's not my fault. It's not my fault that you're mad. This person says, "You know, for hating gay people, they seem to be all you really talk about. Is there something you'd like to share with the class? You're a grown-ass man who makes videos whining that people different to you exist. Get a life and go pick up some job applications, you pathetic incel man-child." So there was no actual argument. Of course, they jumped straight to insults. The only real critique that they had is that I make videos whining that people different to me exist. The thing is, when did I ever say that I hate gay people? I don't have a problem with gay people. They're just people. I don't have a problem with homosexuality, but rather the push for it, the pride in it, the indoctrination of children pushing this ideology that they should be accepting of it. I don't agree with that. We shouldn't be telling sixth graders about what it's like to be gay. At the end of the day, homosexuality has the word sexuality in this. Why are sixth graders being taught about this? So no, I really don't have an issue with gay people. If you want to be gay, dude, be my guest. I really don't care. But don't go around shoving it down everybody's throats. It's especially the LGBTQ people who hate it when Christians shove their beliefs down their throats. Why is it okay for homosexuals and the LGBTQ to do the same? And the last one for today, this person said, "Hey, just saying this now, you saying it over a phone," I'm going to assume it is the N-word, "instead of another black man's face proves you're scared though. It's just a word. Since bitch is just a word, your mother a bitch, your father a bitch, your face bitch, made by the heavens." At least it was kind of funny. First of all, just because I don't go up to black people in public and call them the hard R doesn't mean that I'm scared. Why do we assume just because I say the N-word that I have to go say it to black people? That's just stupid. If you have to imply that somebody's scared of saying a specific word in front of a different race, when that race is proven to be statistically violent, that kind of looks bad on you more than it looks bad on me. Bitch is just a word. If I, for example, am with my friends and I say, "You're a fucking bitch," obviously that's negative. There is negative intent and connotation behind that. I am meaning to insult him. But if a girl is with one of her friends and she's like, "Oh my god, yes, bitch," clearly no negative intent or connotation by that. If anything, it's the same word, but it clearly has a different meaning in the context of that situation. It is the same exact thing with the N-word. Anyways, I found that extremely entertaining. I honestly really want to do this again. So if you hate me and you somehow watched to the end of this video, please, for the love of God, send me more death threats and hate messages. I love them. See y'all next time.